Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I do have my 1,000 and singles here. They're here. I just wanted to show you something on the screen before I got started there. Has to do with this week's tip. This week's tip has to do with fancy serial numbers and what is considered a fancy serial number. And, well, where can you go to find some of this stuff out? Well, I've always told you guys about mycurrencycollection.com. It's a really cool website. They don't pay me to do this. This is not an ad. This is info for you guys. If you go to mycurrencycollection.com and you go to reference pages, if you go to, let's see, if I do all reference pages, I can go over to where it says note lookups. And there's a drop down menu that says fancy serial number checker right there. Fancy serial number checker. If I click on that, it will ask me to put in a fancy serial number. And last week, I showed you guys my radar. So just for the heck of it, let's put this one in. 1420. Oh, let me try that again. There we go. I think I got it in it. Oh, there we go. 14200241. Okay, so that one's in there. Got it. And then all you got to do is click on this here, and it'll spit out all kinds of info. Coolness index, 98.8% rating. Very cool rating on this particular one. What makes this serial number so special or not? And it tells you it's a palindrome. Only 0.01% of the 8-digit numbers are palindromes. It tells you about the sum. It tells you about containing 4 pairs. It tells you all the different little things that make this particular note cool. And they go a little bit further if you click on this coolness index. Let's see here. If I click on that. Sure, now it's not going to do it. Okay. Oh, how cool is 401? And it tells you powered by coolnumbers.com. If you go to coolnumbers.com, it gives you a little bit of info on it. The Universal Coolness Index, 98.8. You can click on that, and you can see where everything is. Extremely cool. Hall of Fame material, 99% or higher. Very cool. Gallery material, 95 to 98.9. Cool, almost cool, so definitely uncool. So if you want to know if you've got a cool or an uncool fancy serial number, this is kind of a fun way to do it. No, it doesn't give you any prices or anything, but it does give you all kinds of miscellaneous little information about the notes themselves and about how difficult they are to find certain things. And I brought this out for a reason because, well, let's see. There's another number I'm going to be looking up here fairly soon. So let me set that aside. There is the 1,000 and singles. And let's take a quick peek at what I've got this week. This week, first note of the bunch, of course, is a bill that's been completely torn in half, and of course, it's a trinary, 1s, 4s, and 7s. So yeah, no, not a keeper, but I always pull everything that I find just to show you guys. Yeah, sometimes the most destroyed notes are the ones that you wish were in good shape. So nothing can be done about that. That one's a goner. Another trinary here, 4s, 8s, and 9s. This one is 4s, 5s, and 6s. I know a lot of you wonder why I pull out all my trinaries, and the main reason for that is because when you have enough trinaries, well, there's not as many digits, so you are more likely to find 2 bills with the exact same serial number. That's my thought process for keeping the trinaries anyway. This one starts off my quads. This one's a 2003A, so it's an older note with quad 1s. Technically 5 of a kind, but I always look at it as how many are in the block. So 4 in a row there. This particular one is 4 3s. And then we're going 4 3s again. Technically a 5th 3, but 4 in the block. 5 of a kind on there. 4 5s on this particular one. Not in real good shape. Probably going to go back in circulation. Quad 6s here. Hard crease down the middle. Not likely to keep that one. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4 9s. 4 9s on that one. Better shape. And some stars. This one's from 2017, so a current star note. Really good shape. 2013 star. Another 2013, still really crisp on that. And starting with a couple zeros, who knows? Could be a rare. Find out soon enough. And for old bills, didn't find very many old bills at all. This one is 1999 and not even in that great a shape. Another 99, probably going to go back in circulation. It's pretty rough. It does have quad 2s on it though, so maybe I'll hold on to that one. And this was the oldest note of the bunch. This one's a 1981, and it's seen all of those almost 40 years in circulation are showing on this particular bill. It's pretty rough, but it's an 81, oldest note that I found. Now you'll notice I got something in a holder again. Whenever I have something in a holder, you know I found something good. This was all circulation. Check out that. Now, I'm sure there's a formal name for this particular bill. I know it's a binary. It has a 6 and a 0 as the only two digits. I know it is a repeater because it's 6,000, 6,000. I know it's 6 of a kind because it has 6 zeros. Having 6 of a kind and one of the digits being 6 is also pretty cool. So that was my repeater that I found. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. It does have a little bit of dirt or space or something there. Yeah, it's got a little mark up on top. But I wanted to get this thing in a holder right away because you don't find stuff like this very often at all. That is a true fancy serial number. And just for the fun of it, let's plug it in. Let's see what happens when we plug this one in. Where do we got? Let's see. Here we go. Clear that out. And we'll go 6,000. Oh, it's already in there because I looked it up already. Click on it, see what happens. There we go. 99.32 on the coolness index. And as you saw before, 99% and above, that's Hall of Fame stuff. So yeah, this one... You knew it was extremely cool before I pulled it up on the computer, but I just wanted to get my mark there. Extremely cool. Contains 6 of a kind and only one pair. Only 0.0025% of all 8-digit numbers have that combination. 6,000, 6,000 has 2 unique digits. That's a 0.011% chance of happening. Contains 2 triples together, the 3 zeros and then the 3 zeros again. Only 0.051% have that. You're just talking, it's just keying on all the different rarities that you can find on a particular bill. And yet they don't even call it a repeater, even with all of this. They do specify all the digits being even, but they don't say that it's a repeater. So that was my cool, or I guess bona fide, extremely cool $1 repeater, 6,000, 6,000, found in circulation. All right, so that was that. What do I have from my safety deposit box now that I've given you guys this wealth of info? I do have a recent pickup. This is a $10 silver certificate from 1934. There's the series right down there, series of 1934. This is one of my favorite silver certificates, the series wise anyway. I love the blue on the number like that. They only did this on the 34 and the 34A series, having the bright blue number. After that, they went to just having a gray number or something to that effect. But the bright blue on this side, and if you look real close, it's all those thin lines that seem to make that whole area pop like that. And then you contrast it with the solid blue of the seal, identifying it as a silver certificate, of course. I am a big fan of this particular silver certificate, of this particular style anyway. Just seeing those numbers pop, you can see them on the 1, on the 5, on the 10. Those were the denominations that were made. Take a look at the back. It's pre-1957 or pre-1963, so there's no "In God We Trust" on there, just the blank back like that. Decent shaped note, and well, let's see what the book has to say about it while we're checking stuff out. I got the book, and well, there it is. And we're talking 1934. A 1934 starts out at $30, and I believe that is in VG8, correct. VG8 starts off at 30, works its way up to 35. By the time you get to uncirculated, you're talking 110 to 175 for that particular note. But yeah, the way the blue pops off that page on that number, I'm a big fan of that particular design. This one isn't a mule. It's not a star note, obviously, and most certainly not a star mule. But it's probably in the 35 to 40 range. Maybe more, but you know, I'd say 35 to 40 without a problem on that particular note. So that's what the book has to say about the 1934 $10 silver certificate. Let's see. There was about 88 million of these printed, so there were quite a few of these in circulation, but you don't see them anymore, of course. All right, guys, that's what I've got for you this week. If you learned something new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. I love reading all your comments, and I'll talk to you guys next week.